Happy Wednesday, fourth graders. Today in our writing lesson, we are going to be talking about using an editor's checklist to go through our story. So our goal today is to use that editor's checklist to correct any mistakes in grammar and conventions for the final draft on our story, which is due, when is it due? Hopefully you said this Friday, October 2nd. You should know that the final part of your story is due this Friday. So this checklist is going to help you go through the really fine details that you need to fix. So why do we use an editor's checklist? As writers, we need to take the utmost pride in the way that our story is written. We spent a lot of time and a lot of weeks trying to focus on the small details in the story. And we don't want someone to not take our story seriously because we have grammar issues throughout our story. Some people may pick up a story and it has a bunch of grammar issues and think that it's not worth their time to read. And you guys have worked really hard on your story, so you need to make sure that it reads really well and it sounds professional. Writers take a lot of time to check the final version of their stories and fix any mistakes they make before they publish their work. Some writers will even hire professional editors to go through their story and check all of the little parts that need fixed, and it takes a long time. So let's look at these items on our list. Number one is I remember to indent all my paragraphs. Number two is that all of my sentences start with a capital letter. Number three is that I have punctuation at the end of the sentence, not just a period, any kind of punctuation. Number four is you checked your words for correct spelling. And number five is that I use transition words at the beginning of my body paragraphs. This is the beginning, but we're using transition words throughout our entire story. So you should be checking for those throughout the entire story. So we're gonna practice with the scene from our story, from Mr. Hoffman's story. So we're going to look through here and see already, number one, I remember to indent all my paragraphs. Well, this paragraph is not indented. So we are going to indent that right there. Will shuffled his feet across the shiny cafeteria floor. He had just spotted the table with an open seat next to Travis. Will went to hurry to the seat and he could feel the weight of the lunch tray shifting from one hand to the other. All of a sudden, oh, I can see here, not a capital letter. We're going to capitalize that A. That is number two. All of a sudden, there was a loud bang. Will looked down at his shoes that were covered with ketchup. Oh, he's missing a U in ketchup. Ketchup and applesauce. The empty lunch tray lay on the floor next to his feet. He could hear a roar of laughter. There's another misspelled word, laughter, break out all over the cafeteria. Will could feel his cheeks as if they were on fire. His palms started to sweat and he could feel his heart beating faster and faster. Then he quickly pulled up his hood and sprinted out of the cafeteria. So you can see for number five, transition words, we have then right here. So we know, and then all of a sudden as well. So we have two transition words in this one paragraph. So we've checked through to make sure we have punctuation, sentences start with a capital letter. We indented the paragraph, we changed the spelling of the ones that were wrong, and we checked for transition words. So all five of those have been now checked. Now your job is to use that editor's checklist to make any changes that you feel are needed in your own story. The final draft of your story will be turned in on Friday, October 2nd. Turned in on Friday. This means that your final story will be graded that day. So you want to make sure you've already gone and made all of the changes that you needed to make. Also, I'm going to show you the rubric that we are using to check for grammar in your story. So we're going to be checking for punctuation, capitalization, and your grammar. This is the rubric we're going to be using. So you can also use this in addition to your checklist to make sure that you have fours in all the categories, that all of this stuff is excellent, because you guys are totally capable of excellent work. We wouldn't ask for excellent work from you if you weren't capable of it. We're very excited to read the final draft of all of your stories. I hope you guys are working really hard and getting all of your stuff done.